But as I was saying, as we come to an end here, there's two things that we still need to do. Number one, what I want to do is I want to get three folks that are on the stage right now who are doing work in their local communities and are actually going to tell us a little bit about the work that they're doing in their local communities and how that it is for us to think about all over the country, how the actions that they're taking could be done in your community and how those things could actually impact the larger conversation. So the three are going to come up right now. First of all, it is Anthony Klug. He is a teacher at Wadley Secondary School in Harlem and an activist for the United Federation of Teachers. Second, Sergio Cuevas, a friend, a community activist from up in the Bronx, in my district. That's right, the Bronx. From the Northwest Bronx Community Clergy Coalition, he is a board member of that organization, 37-year-old community-based organization up in the Bronx. And finally, but certainly not least, Beth Huang, who is a student at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. She is, that's right. She is from Milwaukee. She is a Student Labor Action Coalition. She's a member of that, and that is an affiliate of the United Students Against Sweatshops. We'll hear from them right now. Help me welcome them.
Hello, my name is Anthony Klug, and I'm a teacher in the United Federation of Teachers chapter chairperson at the Wadley Secondary School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Harlem. And first and foremost, I just want to say it's an honor to work with our young people today and with my colleagues. We have a wonderful school where over 500 kids are doing some great work in the academics and the arts. As a history teacher, first and foremost, I try to ensure my students graduate. Thereafter, I need to make sure that they're able to navigate times like ours, which are experiencing great change, and to make them realize that education is our greatest means to achieve prosperity. Yet when my students leave our school, they face a time and a city with unprecedented inequity. A place where a hedge funds manager makes more than all the teachers in my school many times over. A place where, despite doing well financially, our city is home to the largest income gap in the nation. The same city, I should note, is hesitant to ask millionaires and billionaires to pay their share to build and create the infrastructure and develop the people that create the wealth in the first place, our kids. All the while, we are facing moves by a more corporate business model that was, in essence, ruined our country to run our schools. We know while everyone in these times must do more with less, we in our school and community are standing up because we know that there's more to educating our kids than the bottom line. Still, it's not easy. More than half of New York City school teachers leave within the first 5 years. If I can tell a little bit more about the Board of Education as going to a more corporate model, formulas, test scores, numbers are seen as the bottom line for success. Because of one of those formulas, administrators in the Department of Education have told us that our building has too much space. This formula, in essence, allows for 20 square foot of space per student. These formulas and these bureaucrats do not see that these rooms are necessary for throwing clay, for dancing, for acting, for singing. So they want to co-locate another school in our building, which will essentially crowd our school, take away from our rich and vigorous curriculum, in a sense, destroy our children's education. So we've begun and we continue to mobilize staff, students, parents, the local community. We've worked with elected officials, we worked with our local community education council, we worked with the NAACP, which has adopted our school, to show the DOE and show the public that these numbers, that the plans are wrong. Our efforts took us within one vote of a panel education policy to approve this plan. Unfortunately, we failed, so our fight continues, and we will not give up. If I can just say, one thing that's interesting about a teacher is a lot of people ask me why I'm a teacher or why I didn't go to law school. And a lot of times I sort of shrug. And this is kind of sad to me because to me this belies some serious questions. One, I could make more money. I could maybe have a little more social prestige. But my first reaction is to say, if we value education so much, why is it not that we value the educators and the people who look after our kids? As you know, when I first became a teacher, there were ads in the subway advertising for people to become teachers. If I can restate that, there are ads in the subway advertising for teachers. And one of the ads asks us to tackle the so-called achievement gap. And I think we all really know that really what this is a resource gap. We know the education our kids get is commensurate directly to the resources and the care and the commitment we give to these kids. So resources, care, commitment, and work will give achievement. Okay, so I think that's really important. Basically, and to end, it's trite but true. I think we know it takes a village to raise a child. And I think we really want to concentrate on what efforts we're giving, who are the people that are really constructing and instructing the people who will be the future villagers who will raise and hoist up their youth to create tomorrow's and tomorrow's future. So I'll just end by saying in our work at Wadley, we've been very inspired by a number of people who are cared and commitment. So all across the nation, we just ask that as you think of us, we'll be thinking of you to get yourself, to get inspired by you, and to move forward. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, distinguished panel members, MPA, Nation. My name is Sergio Cuevas. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I represent, thank you. I represent the Northwest Bronx Community and Clergy Coalition. Mouthful. Our organization is a member of National People's Action, and together with other organizations in 15 states, we are taking our homes, jobs, lives, and democracy back from Wall Street and big banks. I'm here today because the banks and Wall Street are destroying my neighborhood, my community, and my city. In 2007, Milbank Real Estate Company, located in Los Angeles, California, came to the Bronx and purchased 17 buildings, paying way too much for them. They were gambling on the fact that the Bronx would gentrify and that they could kick hardworking tenants like myself out. All of those, the bottom line is that all of those buildings are now in foreclosure, impacting thousands of Bronx families. I am currently a tenant in one of those foreclosed buildings. We all know the phrase that goes home, sweet home. We see it on refrigerator magnets, small plaques that we hang on the walls. Home, a place where you're supposed to be safe and comfortable. My reality, now when I think about home, sweet home, I think of going home every day to an apartment full of hot steam coming in through the floor, the walls, and the radiator. Steam that was so bad that in the middle of one of the coldest winters in the history of New York City, me and my young son had to blast our air conditioner and open our windows just to survive. I think about the bathroom, my bathroom, with so much mold that when people would come over, they asked, "Did you paint your bathroom black?" Many of us thought that there was nothing we could do. Many of us thought that perhaps this was our fault, somehow. We deserved this. But I know that this was not our fault. This was the fault of the banks and their irresponsible and dangerous lending. This was the fault of Wall Street, greed, making money off the misery of Bronx tenants. They thought they could kick us out, the hardworking people of the Bronx, and bring in what, as our former landlord called it, an improved, let me say that again, an improved tenant base.